Hey friends, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all having an amazing and super productive day so far. Tamie M coming to you from TamieMCoaching.com. And what I want to talk to you about today is what it takes to be or become a warrior empath. What does it take to become a warrior empath? But before we dive into that, I'll take a quick moment to introduce myself properly. Again, my name is Tamie M. I am an empowerment coach for women. I help women break free from painful relationship patterns so they can experience the love that they deserve. Finally, at long last, right? So what I want to talk about today is all about being an empath, because quite frankly, a lot of the women that I attract into my work are full-blown empaths or women with very high empathy. And that's pretty typical when we're talking about folks who are in need of recovery from narcissistic abuse, or, who essentially are living out painful relationship patterns in their life. What's usually going on is we have a really high empathy person with unresolved issues that's causing them to be a match to and vibrationally attract into their life really what is required to help us wake up and heal is the big picture, but we won't go there right now. For the purpose of this conversation, what happens is we attract low empathy people into our lives, right? And the lower empathy they are, the more narcissistic they are. Again, as I often explain, it's a continuum. These are not black or white issues, right? So we have super high empathy women that I work with over here who are a match to low empathy people by virtue of their high empathy, their incredible energy, their incredible capacity for love, the fact that they give to their detriment, and they have yet to deal with what the vast majority of people on our planet are struggling with to some degree or another, in my humble opinion. They're untreated codependency issues. So they're lacking in self-esteem, they're lacking in self-love, they're lacking boundaries, they carry old wounds from the past, and all of this sets them up to be a fabulous freaking target for a destructive narcissist or a very low empathy person to come into their life and manipulate them, abuse them, hurt them, suck the lifeblood out of them, drain them financially, cause all kinds of devastation in different areas of their life. And they wonder, like, what the hell is going on? At a certain point, it's easy for a long time to stand in a position of blame and point fingers, but eventually, if you've got one eye open, you're going to be like, what the hell is going on with me that I keep attracting this over and over again? And the fact that you're a high empathy person or a full-blown empath, which more often than not is the case if you're tuning into me, plays a big part in your propensity to attract this stuff into your life. So your own healing and recovery journey is huge. It's critical. It's critical. There's no way around it. You got to go through it. There's no way around it. But while doing that, there's some things that you can do to really start to nurture and care for your highly empathic self. And that's what I want to talk about today. So before we continue, I'm going to say hello. I see some people hopping on. Lorna, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Carol, how are you? Superstar, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Shelly, how's it going, lady? Thanks for joining. Guys, do me a favor. If you're catching the live broadcast, drop a 1. If you're catching the replay, drop me a 2. And if you're new to my live broadcast, let me know you're new. Let me know where you're coming in from. So where you're watching from, where are you on planet Earth? So I can reach out and say hello. Would love to connect with you. So 5 tools to become a warrior empath. And when we get to the bottom of the 5, I'm going to give you 2 bonus tools. So you're going to walk away with 7 things that you can do for yourself in terms of self-care and nurture and really stepping into your power as a highly empathic person. Hey, Brian, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for jumping on, buddy. Julie, my girl, how are you? I think I saw a few other people. If I missed anyone, my apologies. But thanks for joining. Again, if you're catching me live, drop me a 1. If you're catching the replay, drop a 2. And if you're new, let me know where you're coming in from. So, 5 warrior empath tools. First and foremost, express gratitude. Express gratitude. Now that seems like, you know, really not that big of a deal, but I gotta tell you, and my girl Julie knows full well, because we're so on the same page and she's done a fair bit of work with me, gratitude is a powerful force, a powerful manifesting force. And no matter what is going on in our lives, if we can shift our focus to something, anything that we can be grateful for, we shift our perspective and start to raise our vibration. And it's like a muscle, my friends. The more we do this, the stronger the muscle becomes. And eventually we are emanating gratitude regularly, and it just becomes second nature for us. Oh, I feel myself slipping. We want to be in touch with our feelings and feel them and know why we're feeling them and deal with them for sure. It's not about not being in touch with our feelings. Sometimes we're feeling something negative for a good reason, right? There's shit coming at us that, you know, we don't want to be in denial there, but we do want to have conscious control over our vibrational resonance and over our emotional state. So once we recognize what's going on to trigger the negative feeling and what that's about, and we're dealing with that, simultaneous to that, we can choose to step into gratitude. Starting our day with a gratitude exercise. Very, very powerful thing to do. And making a point, setting a timer on our phone, making a point throughout the day, every hour on the hour, whatever it is, I stop and I pause and I take the time to dwell on and focus on and really muster up the feelings of 3, 5, 10 things that I am super grateful for. And some days that might be the eyes to see, or the ears to hear this message, or, you know, just that I'm alive, or that I've got a roof over my head, or a clean bed to sleep in at night, right? Some days it might just be the basics, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as we are mustering up the feelings of gratitude. This isn't about being polite. This isn't about good manners. This isn't about I'm a grateful person because I know how to say thank you when someone does something for me. That's good manners. That's polite. I'm talking about the vibrational resonance of gratitude and how we can learn to crank up the volume on that on a daily basis. And the more we vibrate at that high love frequency by conscious choice, the more we attract good stuff into our life to be grateful for. It's a fabulous way to live. There is a book out there called The Magic, written by Rhonda Byrne, the creator of The Secret. If you'd like access to a free PDF copy until you can get your hands on a hard copy, get on over to my free Facebook group. What's it called again, Julie? Freedom Warriors. Get on over to my free Facebook group, Freedom Warriors, and ask to be invited in. And it's a woman's only group now, so I'm speaking to the ladies, but you can have access to a free copy of that book. It's 28 Days of Gratitude, and when you go through that book, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. Every day you go through very specific exercises on gratitude designed to really develop that muscle. Life-changing stuff. Often the most life-changing stuff isn't freaking rocket science. It's super uber simple and we take it for granted, but trust me, that's a big one. So that was number 1. Number 2, meditation. Meditation. Few things are gonna raise your vibration and get you into a good feeling state faster than meditation. Few things are going to enhance your conscious connection to your higher self and, you know, higher realms of intelligence and wisdom and love and peace than meditation. And a lot of people struggle with this, initially, but you can start with a 3-minute meditation. So here's some notes on that. Practice a 3-minute heart meditation throughout the day to stay centered in your heart energy instead of fear. We are being bombarded with fear from every angle. The whole job of the media is to steep us in fear. Daily, we are bombarded in fear of survival, and fear of disease, and fear of what's going on our planet, and fear of economic meltdown, and fear of spiritual consequences based on religious dogma, like fear. And it does not serve us to be vibrating in that place. And when we are highly sensitive, highly empathic, full-blown empaths, critical that we step out of fear and step into a place where predominantly we are living in peace and love and gratitude. And meditation will get you there real fast. So start with a 3-minute meditation if it's new for you, where you're just focusing on your breathing, where you're just focusing on your heart space. There's all kinds of stuff on YouTube, all kinds of stuff on the internet in terms of free guided meditation. One of my all-time favorites I've been using for, a good friend of mine back home introduced me to Wayne Dyer, like what's got to be 25 years ago now, or pretty close to it. And his meditations for manifesting, morning and evening, you can get them on YouTube free. Fabulous. There's a 6-phase guided meditation. I forget the guy's name. He's pretty well known. It's escapes me right now, but 6-phase guided meditation available to you on YouTube. So if you're new to it, start a practice daily where you're going through a guided meditation. And if 20 minutes is hard for you, start with 3 or 5 and work your way up. Powerful, life-changing stuff, guys. Mindful breathing. Breathe out negative energy and stress. Breathe out negative energy and stress, and breathe in clarity and power. Unconditional love. Infinite wisdom and intelligence. Letting go of fear, releasing negativity, releasing stress, releasing anxiety, releasing fear, breathing in love, breathing in peace, breathing in calm. Start practicing conscious breathing. If you're having a moment, if you're being affected by someone else's crazy behavior, whatever it is. If you've got to go into a restroom stall and sit there and take a few moments with your feet flat on the ground and your eyes closed, breathing in to the count of 4, nice and deep. Hold for the count of 4 and then release, expel all the way. Do that for 3 minutes and see how you feel. Powerful tools, especially if you're highly empathic. Simple stuff, life-changing if you put them in a toolbox that you have with you at all times, that you can reach into and utilize on a daily basis to make yourself stronger and stronger. And then you can reach for these tools as you need to when stuff's coming up, because we're human beings on planet Earth and we're highly empathic people. And a lot of you haven't even begun your work yet, so you're still in the process of like waking up to what the hell's going on and why am I constantly, on the receiving end of all of this nonsense and this insanity. So, this stuff is going to shift you. These tools are going to shift you to get you into a place of consciously raising your vibration, so you're attracting more and more tools, more and more information, more and more resources, more and more people, more and more stuff that you need to shift out of where you don't want to be and into the place where you want to be. Mindful breathing. Number 4, strengthen your intuition. Strengthen your intuition. Your intuition will get stronger the more you trust it. Well, hey Kiki, how are you? I just saw you hop on. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. And I see Diane has joined us as well. Welcome. Thanks for hopping on. Once again, guys, if you're catching the live broadcast, drop me a 1. If you're catching the replay, drop a 2. And if you're new to my live broadcast, let me know you're new. Let me know where you're coming in from so I can reach out and say hello. Alrighty, so strengthen your intuition. Trust your intuition to choose positive people in your inner circle. You know, so many of us, I know this was true for me for the first 3.5 decades of my life, maybe even like getting close to 4 decades, like really well into my 30s, right? I really struggled with trusting myself. Those of us who grew up in highly narcissistic, very dysfunctional families, who were programmed from cradle to, you know, onwards with all kinds of negative messages about ourselves, about the world, all kinds of gaslighting going on, all kinds of manipulation going on. What happens is our radar ends up broken, and we have a very difficult time trusting ourselves. So we have to make a conscious choice. I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to get in touch with my feelings every day. If it's true for me, if I feel it, it's true for me, and I'm going to trust that, whether it's rational or not. And I'm going to practice paying attention to my feelings. Like I often say, your mind is going to lie to you all day long. Your body will never lie to you. Your body will never lie to you. So if your mind's taking you in one direction and your body's going, no, 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 drop the rational thought and pay attention to your body, because that's your intuition speaking to you, whether it makes sense or not, whether it's rational or not, whether everyone in the room agrees with you or not. It doesn't matter. You are your number one authority. And if you aren't there yet, you want to work on becoming your own number one authority, where nobody else's opinion matters. It's your intuition that is the highest authority in your life. That's the empowered place that you want to get to. So strengthen your intuition. Trust your intuition to choose positive people in your inner circle. Your intuition knows far more than you know consciously in your, 5% of the game is conscious, 95% of the game is unconscious. Your intuition is coming up from your unconscious. Trust it. Keep the energy vampires out whenever possible. Keep the energy vampires out whenever possible. Intuition will tell you when your energy has increased or decreased around someone. Pay attention to this information. Believe it. Pay attention to it. Oh my goodness, I spend a certain amount of time with this individual and I leave feeling like the lifeblood has been sucked right out of me. Why? Because you are highly empathic and you at this point are still wide open and haven't learned how to necessarily protect yourself and take care of yourself. And that makes you a great target for an energy vampire to come along and unconsciously plug right into you and suck the life force right out of you. And then off they go feeling amazing, feeling fabulous, and you're on the frickin' floor. When you notice that your energy increases or decreases around an individual, pay attention to that. And if it decreases around an individual or in a certain group of individuals, then stay away from those people. Avoid them. Go find people who make you feel alive and fabulous and good about yourself and can mirror back to you and reflect back to you all of your awesomeness. That's who you're looking for. Your intuition will take you there. Number 5, for God's sake, love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Now, I know for those of us who grew up in really toxic, dysfunctional, highly narcissistic families, that's a challenge, right? We were not taught that we were lovable and worthy just by virtue of the fact that we are, that we be, that I am, that here I am. Doesn't matter that they didn't have it to give us and to teach us. There comes a point where we have to take full responsibility for our lives. We have to take full responsibility for our lives. Yes, we've been victimized, but we do not have to live as a victim. And we can start right here, right now, today, to choose to love ourselves, to give ourselves from the inside, give ourselves all of the love, all of the nurturing, all of the loving, tender care that we did not receive, have not received, are not receiving here and now. So many of us are running around this planet looking for love outside of us, and you're never going to find it outside of you. If you cannot be the generator of your own sense of self-love, if you cannot be your own source of love from your core, from the inside out, the outside is always a reflection of what's going on inside. So if you have a self-love deficit disorder going on inside of you, it's going to show up in your outside world. As you start practicing self-love on a daily basis and cranking up the volume on your sense of self-love, on loving yourself, so many ways that we can do this for ourselves, and you become the source of love for yourself, you're no longer love-starved, running around the world looking for love and approval and validation from, God knows who outside of you. You don't need it from anybody else. You've got it. You've got it going on. You know you're freaking fabulous. You know you're worthy. You know you're completely and utterly lovable, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many things you do over if you were given the opportunity. Welcome to the human race on planet Earth. That's every single one of us, by the way. You don't have a corner on that one, right? Like, we all have shit we regret, mistakes we've made, things we really would love to be able to do over that we can't do over. The human race on planet Earth. It doesn't make you any less lovable. It doesn't make you any less lovable. So learn to love yourself deep down in your core. Then you're not starved for it. You're not looking for it outside of yourself, more often than not in all the wrong places. And guess what happens? The more you generate it inside of yourself, the more it starts to show up on the outside. It's a beautiful freaking thing. It's a beautiful thing. So love yourself. So that's the 5 tools to become a warrior empath. Now, a couple of bonus tools for you. As empaths, energetically and emotionally, we are highly sensitive. We are highly sensitive people. And many of us are exposed to all kinds of toxic bullshit. Whether that's, I could go down some avenues here, but let's just say toxic energy on a daily basis. In particular, like in the workforce or, with certain, members of our family of origin that we haven't been able to break away from yet, whatever, we're on the receiving end of stuff, and we're very sensitive emotionally and we're very sensitive energetically. So one of my favorite tools is salt baths. Quite frankly, about 15, 20 years ago, excuse me, I was at a spiritual workshop where this shamanistic type teacher introduced us to a particular type of salt. It's my favorite. I've been using it for more than 15 years, and it's like air and water for me. It's that important. So that brand, I'll just finish the sentence. That brand is Grey Coarse Salt by Maison d'Orphée. Maison d'Orphée. You can get it if you're in Canada for sure at any decent health food store. 10 kilogram bag, Grey Coarse Salt. You buy it for $40. A bag lasts me a month, and I put 3 cups in a tub and soak basically every night. If you're not in Canada, if you don't have access to that particular brand, just go to a good health food store and buy the cleanest, purest salt that you can get your hands on. 3 cups, a minimum of a 20-minute soak. It will cleanse your energetic force field. It will relax your muscles and detoxify your body through your skin and all kinds of great things. It will also cleanse your energetic force field. And anyone I've introduced to this practice over the years has been blown away by how powerful it is for taking them out of feeling like total, complete and utter crud and into like, oh my God, I feel like a whole new person. Wow, like I can't believe how good this feels. Simple thing, very powerful. If you are a highly empathic person, start soaking in salt. Clean, pure salt. Don't get perfumed, stuff that you buy, over the counter at the pharmacy or in different, cosmetic shops and what have you that's laden with carcinogens. Don't do that. Get clean, pure salt. 3 cups in a bath every night as you need it. Maybe you need it twice a day for a while, and soak. Cleanse your energetic force field. If you come back from a crowd, a function, you know, you've been out to a mall, you come back and you feel completely drained, soak in salt. It will help you. And then the other thing is good quality nutrition, my friends, good quality nutrition. If you want to be a warrior empath, you've got to be loving and caring and taking care of yourself, great big huge, every day. It's got to be a priority, and a big part of that is, what are we consuming? What we put in our bodies affects our vibration. If we're lacking clean, pure water, like I shoot for 3 to 4 liters a day. Clean, pure water. If you're not hydrated, your body's not cleaning out all the heavy metals and the toxins. You're carrying that stuff around. It's weighing you down energetically. If you're eating a lot of sugar, a lot of wheat, a lot of processed foods, a lot of dairy, it's clogging you up and weighing you down. So reach for organic, reach for raw, reach for clean, reach for fresh, reach for high water content foods, 70% of what you consume. Drink a lot of water. Make it a priority to take care of yourself. And if this is new for you, you might go through some withdrawal. You might go through some detox syndromes, and that should speak to you in terms of the need for this, for your body to cleanse itself. Once you get on the other side of that, you're going to feel fabulous. You're a highly sensitive, highly empathic, spiritual freaking warrior. Put on your armor. Take care of this vessel. By virtue of what you consume, you clean yourself out. You give your cells the dense nutrition that it needs. I'm a big believer in high quality, clean supplementation, not the over-the-counter garbage, but good, clean, pure, high quality, clean supplementation. Saturate your cells in dense nutrition. Doesn't mean you can't party once in a while and have that piece of birthday cake, or go for a meal and have, you know, a good old time. It's what you're doing most of the time that matters. It's what you're doing most of the time that matters. So there's my 2 bonus tips for you in terms of becoming a warrior empath. Salt baths. Soak yourself in clean, pure salt, and really be conscious about what you're putting into your body. Keep your body hydrated and detoxified, and put high water content, clean, pure, organic, fresh, raw food into your body every day. Simple stuff, eh? Like, we all know this stuff to a large degree. We all know this stuff. Doing it makes all the difference. Guys, I hope you got some value out of this. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to like, comment, and or share. Once again, my name is Tamie M. I am an empowerment coach for women. I help women break free from painful relationship patterns so they can experience the love that they deserve. And if that speaks to you, I have an 8-week intensive program that is just freaking fabulous. It's called the Freedom Class. And it's designed to get you from where you don't want to be to where you want to be. Huge quantum leaps inside of 8 weeks. So if that's sort of resonating with you, if it's not, no worries, no big deal. It's not for everyone. But if that is resonating with you, drop me a comment, send me a private message, and we'll get on a call and I'll give you some more information about it. Or you can always go to Tamie M Coaching, Tamie mcoaching.com, and all the details are there, and there's a link at the bottom of that page to book an appointment with me, a free strategy call, so we can see that if you're a good fit for the program. Again, I hope you got some value out of this. If you liked what you heard, like, comment, and or share. And friends, thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate all of you. Mwah, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, know your value. Know your value and unlock your freedom. Have a great day, friends. Bye for now.